Everybody, happy Sunday. Come on in, sit down, get yourself a cup of tea, water, whatever. My name is Darlene, and I will be doing some readings today. I'm going to start this live by doing a little quick check in for my collective. But give me a moment to pull myself up over here so I can see the chat. Give me a moment. There I am. There I am. All righty. And let me pin this comment here. There we go. And then we'll get started. Perfect. All right, good to go now. Good to go. So, how is everyone? How are you doing? It's so crooked. It drives me crazy. There we go. Is that a little bit better? I think so. Oh, I've had a busy week. Oh, busy week. I am moving. Not yet, but I'm getting ready to move. Have bought a townhouse and I'm renovating and stuff happens. This week it was a water leak. Yep. Oh yeah. Leaked down into the one and only room that needed nothing. Still not over that, but I'm getting there. Anyway. Woo, it's if you've never done renovation, you got to have a mindset going into it, a certain mindset of, well, what's going to happen is what's going to happen, is what's going to be is what's going to be, and learn to breathe deeply through it. And patience, lots and lots of patience. Anyway, all right. I think I'm going to use this small light seer deck, and let's see what's coming toward my collective in love for this week. Let's start there. And then if anybody pops in here wants a reading, the information's pinned in the comments. All right, what's coming toward my collective this week? What is coming toward my collective in love and romance? What's the core issue? Let's look at this. It's finally gotten warm here. I'm so glad. I don't do well with cold weather. Okay, cards are going to take their little time tonight, so thank you for your patience. Goodness. I need to take this long. All right. Do you not want to talk tonight? Are you being shy? Okay, one more shuffle and I'll change decks. Okay. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Holy squirrels. It's a Tower card. Well, those of you who know tarot, I said, what's coming toward my collective? What's the core issue? The core issue is some kind of a Tower moment coming in this week. Oh, goodness. Hey, guys. Good evening. Welcome on in. The Tower moment, however, yes, it means upheaval. Yes, it means something suddenly happening, some kind of a big change or shift or event. But what it talks about is that things that were not built on a strong foundation need to come down so that something better and stronger can be built. So the Tower is happening because the divine is intervening and saying, no, this needs to change. This needs to shift. All right. Well, that's the core issue. Goodness me. Well, what in the world? I think I'd like another one or two cards on that, please, everybody. Welcome in again from not speaking to everybody personally. I'm trying to stay focused on the cards. Excuse me. So what is this Tower about? I don't usually pull clarifiers for the core issue, but we want to know. I mean, we did ask about it being in love. What is going to happen here? Oh, that's way too many. That's half the deck, but thank you. Can we do that with less cards? Okay. Wow. This is about change. I mean, duh, that's the whole idea of a tower is definitely change. But now we have the death card. So this speaks of endings so that new beginnings can happen. But ultimately, it means change, transformation. And if you didn't know, this is also a Scorpio card for those of my Scorpios watching. Hey, Derek, good evening. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So this can be an epiphany. This talks about truth and clarity coming in. Oh my gosh. So now a surface read, I could say about this, something comes in because we're talking about your love life here. Something's going to come in, some big change that's going to cause this transformation, very possibly to cause an ending so that something new can start. It's going to give you clarity about whatever your situation is, presumably. Ooh, have mercy. And then, wouldn't you know, at the bottom of the deck, the Lovers in reverse. Now, that can be, yes, a breakup. It can also speak about someone making a bad choice. So if you've made a bad choice or somebody else made a bad choice, then yeah, that caused, furthermore, that caused some kind of instability in your relationship. They're feeling bad about it. All right, well, let's see what is the interference that's causing this, or the distortion, or what's complicating. I don't know what's behind this. What's behind this? This is interesting. This is very interesting. Hey, Michelle, how are you, love? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, what in the Sam Hill? I just can't take any more towers. Not this week, please. I'm kind of laughing. You don't get a choice about it, though. Major Arcana cards say that's spirits in charge. That's not everyday life. So, ooh, okay, hang on. We don't have a choice about this. This will be interesting. Okay. It doesn't mean, but so far, this doesn't mean a bad tower necessarily. Let's see what's behind this. Goodness, we've got two strong cards of endings here. So some kind of a cycle is ending. Now, this is a collective love reading. Collective. Bear that in mind. But this, when I do a collective reading, that says for the majority of the people watching this video, whether it's in present time or this week sometime or whenever you find it, this message talks about the collective. So this is a bigger, I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. This feels bigger than just one love relationship. Okay. It feels bigger than that. Like the collective, and I know this, the collective is shifting. The collective may be getting some kind of download this week. I don't know. This is very interesting. So you're making plans. You're looking out. You're waiting. You're waiting. You're waiting. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You've been trying to heal, taking a time out, meditating. I just heard the word restless, but you're restless. You're wanting to come out of this. And you're probably, and yeah, you want to come out of that because you're tired of waiting. You want to end this cycle of waiting, is what I'm hearing. So if you're feeling like stuck and restless, like I have been, no, that's a whole other situation. All right. Well, what is the adjustment that my collective could make then? What is some small adjustment that could change the trajectory of this in a positive way? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Thank you. Hello, Tracy. I'm squinting because I don't have my glasses. It's hard for me to read the chat when I don't have my glasses on. Mats, where's the logic? Well, this is not a logical tool. It's a tool, and it's more of an art than it is than a science, which would be logical. Hey, Deborah, how are you tonight? All right, come on, Spirit. We don't have all night. One more. Turn the deck over. It's most certainly is not fake. You're entitled to your opinion, but that just shows how little you know about it. I recommend you research it a little more before you have such a short-sighted view. Let's see. Come on now. Here we go. Oh, came out sideways. Yeah. So this is going to cause you to do some shadow work this year, collective. Excuse me, this week. You're going to have to do some shadow work. This is going to challenge you. At any tower would normally anyway. But because the strength card came out sideways, it's just like you're going to struggle between being strong with this and, yeah, being weak. But this card talks about confronting yourself, confronting your shadow, confronting your wounds, your patterns, your negative patterns. So I think that, now as an adjustment, because this, you know what? Actually, I'm going to get one more in that. Let me get one more, because that can mean a couple of things, and then it came out sideways. So this is an adjustment. Ooh, okay, we got several there. That's a lot, but let's see. Just looking to see how many other major arcana are here. Number one. And let's see. We have swords and wands and more swords. Yeah, there's gonna be a tendency to overthink this and get stuck in that mental gerbil wheel and overthink it. So this is a love reading, to reiterate, a collective love reading. Thank you, Mish. I appreciate that comment. You're going to feel tempted to feel that this is causing you an injustice, where things are not balanced and you don't feel like you're getting the good end of the stick, so to speak. It may bring up your fears. Maybe bring your fears up around home and hearth and family and commitment and long-term relationships and stability. It may cause you to feel a lack of stability. It may cause you to feel, I'm going to say this, a little bit needy and codependent this week. It may just trigger those. It's not causing you so much as it may be triggering you. I guess that's a better way to say that. It may be triggering those things in you. So I see why now the strength card came out sideways. This is an opportunity. It's what I call ho-hos, healing opportunities. This is an opportunity for you to look at a pattern, something that's one of your subconscious patterns that you've been repeating probably most of your life, and it's going to come to light. It's going to come to light, and it has to do with your belief about how things either work in your favor or don't work in your favor or aren't fair. Always, people, all the things that you can be easily, I'm going to say this, sucked in by. What I mean by that is, if you've had, let's say, 2 or 3 relationships that all ended the same way, it's easy to believe, well, men don't love me, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm not desirable, or I'm not worthy, and all the things. Well, no, this is an opportunity for you this week to heal this and to change this cycle, to put an end to that negative thinking. But it's going to cause you to face your shadow side. It's going to cause you to look at that wound within yourself, that negative pattern within yourself. Now, for some of you, it can also say it's going to ask you to really look at your beliefs, like your beliefs about what does it mean when somebody, what does it mean to be treated fairly? What does that look like in the practical world? What is fair to you? You know, is fair to you that your partner pays all the bills and does all the chores and takes you out to dinner Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night? I mean, what is fair to you? Is that reasonable? Maybe your partner doesn't think so, but maybe you do. And so I'm just saying it's going to cause you to think about what is fair. And it also can be causing you to think about how you can find balance either in a specific long-term relationship, because something here is coming to the light about being shown and be illuminated about this balance or lack of balance in a relationship for you. Deborah. Deborah says, I just have bad judgment in men. Well, Deborah, I know how you get to that conclusion. Believe me, I know personally how you get to that conclusion. However, let's change that, because you know I'm gonna have to harp on law of attraction a little bit. Because the more you believe that, the more that's what you're gonna get. So how can we turn this around? Well, we can turn it around by saying, well, I no longer make bad judgment in men. I have a clear foresight about how men will treat me. So I choose well. I choose men well, and I deserve to be treated fairly. I am worthy of someone who will treat me fairly. I am worthy of someone who will do X, Y, and Z for me, whatever you feel, again, your definition of being treated fairly is. Let me see if Spirit has anything else to add to this. Hey, Lily Cruz, good evening. Okay. I wish I had a dog. I can't have one, but I would too. Yeah, and I do. I mean, I know. I like my own company very well, thank you. And of course, my family, when I get to see them. All right, anything else that you want to say to my collective here? Any advice maybe you could give them in addition to this? So watch your thinking this week. You're gonna be tempted to get stuck when whatever this tower is. You're gonna be tempted. By the way, if I forget, I do not think I'm going to be here at all next weekend. I've got to, I'm going out, I get to go out of town next weekend. I'm taking some students to a workshop with my teacher. I'm their teacher, and I'm taking my students to a workshop with my teacher. And it may be one of the last times he's retiring, so it's a very big weekend. And we won't get back to later on Sunday. What a perfect ending to this reading. What a perfect ending. What's at the bottom of the deck here? Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Well, why do we have beliefs like, for example, I'm going to use Deborah as an example. What did you say? When he gets sassy, I can't understand him, so there's no more. So you just put your earpods in and go about your business, right? Oh no, Derek, you're having spine surgery in 3 days. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to say a prayer that everything goes even better than you expected, and that you're going to heal very, very fast. Oh my goodness, that's a big deal. That's a very big deal. um, so collective, the whole point of this is it's about manifestation. It's about what you believe in is what you're going to get more of. So to use Deborah's example, if you choose partners badly, if you believe that you choose badly, then and sadly you're going to get more of that. And I was just having this conversation with my BFF this morning. I think it was. The days are a blur. She asked me a question and she said, "When will this stop?" Because somebody had treated her unkindly and it hurt her feelings. And she said, "Well, when will this ever stop?" And I said, "Well, it will stop when you start looking outside yourself for people to show you your worth, for people to do things that make you feel good about yourself. That's the catch." Oh, thank you, Lily Cruz. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. I'm going to call it a tip. Thank you for that chat, super chat. But it really is about loving yourself first, filling your own cup, and then you attract people who are equally healed and who equally love themselves first. Now, we're not talking about loving yourself first in a selfish way. This is a self-aware way where you realize that your expectations are your biggest enemy. In other words, if you expect other people to make you happy, that can never happen. It might happen for a day or a week, but and furthermore, that person doesn't want that responsibility. I certainly don't want the responsibility of making you guys happy, or my partner if I had one, or my family, or my students. I don't want that responsibility. You are responsible for making you happy, and you are responsible for your thoughts and what you create and what you draw to you. And, the law of attraction, if you're vibrating down there and your belief about the world is, I can't, I don't, I won't, it doesn't happen to me kind of thoughts, sadly, you're just going to get more of that. So Spirit is saying, start practicing more self-love, and that's what's going to bring you this happy. I just love this. The Ten of Cups in the upright is happiness, but it's happiness at large. It can also represent like the family, the happy home, the dog, the kid, kids, the picket fence. Very similar to this card, but this one's in the reverse. So if you want that happiness, you want this kind of future, you want this kind of happiness and satisfaction in your relationships, then focus on loving yourself first. And this is very important. Hear this subtlety. And believing that you are lovable. Because I'm telling you, that's at the core of so many people's unhappiness. Things that happen to us, wounds that started in childhood. I mean, there's a real scale about this, but it could be severe trauma. It could be nothing. Your dad didn't play with you one afternoon and you believed that you weren't worthy of him loving you. I mean, it could be anything, but our opportunity, our ability to navigate the world in a more pleasant way starts with this, loving yourself and filling your own cup. That's what gets you to this. Now, there's a second element here. Oh, Lily, thank you so much again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Lily Cruz is paying it forward tonight. I love that. In particular, y'all have heard me, my regulars here have heard me talk about this particular deck, the Light Seers deck. The depiction of the Ten of Cups is a little bit different. These people, yes, wishes are coming true, and there's a beautiful rainbow, and they're sitting next to each other. Clearly, they're in love, and everything is wonderful, but they're sitting in a rainbow. Now, we can't really do that. They're not sitting in a park bench. They're sitting in a rainbow. So it begs the question, twofold. One, do you believe that this is possible for you? Or do you think it's too good to be true? So question your beliefs about that. Question your beliefs about what you think is fair in relationships. And there was a second point, but I've lost it. Let's see, what was I going to say about that? Oh, yes. And again, back to law of attraction, if you believe this is possible, if you use your imagination, if you use the visualization techniques that so many teachers talk about when it comes to law of manifestation, visualize this being a tangible thing, not just something in your imagination. What would this look like? If this comes into the 3D, into this physical world, what does that look like for you? What does this happiness look like for you? Who are you sitting next to? What is the conversation you're having? What kind of a day is it? What smells do you notice around you? What sounds do you notice around you? Use all of your senses to bring this into a very clear and tangible vision about how you want things to be. That's how one of the big tools of law of manifestation. And above all things, be patient. Because this tells me the underlying energy of all of these cards comes back to this original tower. And then why is it happening? It's happening. This is the Temperance card. And this is not in this depiction, but into the typical Rider-Waite. It's an angel. And he's pouring from one cup to the other, trying to balance opposites, to create harmony and balance. And that requires patience. So be patient with yourself and other people. And don't, when people disappoint you, okay, they do things, but what do you do with that feeling? That's really what I'm putting out here today. Do you let that ruin your peace? That's a choice on your part. If you let other people take your peace away, then that's on you. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is indeed a choice, folks. All right, well, that's going to be an interesting week. I don't know. I don't know. And that tower will look different for everybody, I'm sure, but we'll see, won't we? Okay, Miss Lily Cruz, what can I read for you tonight? What kind of question do you have for me tonight for you? And Mish, I've got you on my list because you tipped me this week. So Lily, if you will, just type your question in the chat box here. I'm kind of wanting to move a little slower tonight, y'all. It's been nonstop this week. Ugh, nonstop. Feels good just to sit and be with y'all tonight. Whoops, sorry. Hitting my table down there. And thank you for everybody that's here, stopping in. I kind of expect a smaller crowd tonight because the basketball playoffs are happening, right? I heard this rumor that that's happening tonight, probably like right about now. Or it could have already happened. I don't really know, but all right. So Lily, I'm waiting on your question. Just post it here in the chat, please. Or maybe you did. I'm sorry, I'm behind. Sometimes it does that and it doesn't push the chat forward. I see now. Hang on. Crow, Crow, how sweet. Stopping to show some love in the tribe and the kitten and me. Remember to hydrate during the pollen apocalypse. If you could see my car, oh man, you would never know what color it is under that pollen. So cheers. Here's to you, Crow and Kitten. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, pollen apocalypse. That's such an applicable way to describe it. Okay, now where did oops. Hey, spiritual awakening. Good evening. Now, come on, I'm looking for Lily Cruz. Oh, here, I think I found it. Is my ex planning to communicate to me? I got you. Okay. Is your ex planning to communicate to you? And then you said money energy. So that's two different questions. Which one is more important, Lily? Which one? I'm just going to pull a card for you on that first question anyway. Let me see here. So we're going to ask first, is Lily's ex going to communicate? Let's see. Let's see. How would you like it? Really? Okay, well, that's interesting. We're going to keep that on the bottom. All right. Oh, I would say yes. But the ex is struggling. Now, let me see. Let me see. I think your ex, somebody here, I can't tell yet if this was you or him. Somebody made a bad choice, didn't they? Somebody was stuck and then they made a bad choice in love. Yep. And they're wanting, and they're losing hope. So I would say that I think too, I'm assuming this is your ex. So reverse the roles if the story fits. Okay, it's stuck again. Hang on a minute. The chat keeps getting stuck. Can't say lots of drama, but aw, thank you. I wish you could, and I'm sorry to hear you got lots of drama. No more drama, please. But until next weekend, I won't be here next weekend, but the week after. I hope to see you then, Crow. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for the tip. You're so sweet. Tell Kitten I said hello. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I'm Lily. I see the confusion. Thank you for asking. They are $20 on Super Chat or 15 on PayPal. That's the difference because YouTube takes 40%. That's why I do it, and I offer that way. I get to keep more of it, and you get to save a little money. That's why I do it that way. But we will see. But let me finish this thread about your ex. So somebody here acted very selfishly out of ego and pride and did something very hurtful. I'm going to say that. And I think the consequence of that was in this. So I'm reading that as your ex. Like I said, reverse the roles if that's appropriate. And I think that caused you to put your walls up. I think you're feeling, or they're afraid that your walls are up and that you would be very defensive. One of those two. This could have had to do with somebody kind of being in and out. I'll say it like that. I don't have cards of a third party, but I have the results of that here. So that third party could be a job, it could be family, could be health situation, could be cultural differences, could be anything. But these cards are telling me somebody was stuck in having a hard time making a decision, and then they finally did, and it ended up to being a bad decision. And then here's the star in reverse talks about losing hope. And what are they losing hope about? Well, that now that things have come to the light, that there might not be a new beginning. I'm assuming that that means with you. So again, who's who here? Can you tell me that, Lily? Yes, in and out. YouTube is so squirrely sometimes. So that being said, when I get a real positive upright card like this, when I ask a yes or no question, this would be a yes. This would be a yes. And this card talks about long-term relationships. So this would imply that you were with this person or in some kind of a committed relationship with them for quite a while before this happened, presumably. Here's that Temperance card. Boy, that's all over tonight, isn't it? Now, I also wanted to ask about money for you, but I'm feeling, hang on, Spirit's guiding me over here. So show me what's coming toward Lily in money. Let's look at that. Hey, Linda. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Stick around a little bit. I do offer personal readings here, but if nobody's signed up and we have some time, I like to chat and we talk about all kinds of things, spiritual, esoteric things, mystical things. If you are into that sort of stuff, stick around. I'm asking about you for Lily about money and my ex Colin McKay Gemini. Colin, okay. I'm putting this right there. I'm kind of was waiting to see if you had any other comment about if that story sounded like that was accurate for you, Lily, on your ex, and then I'll come back to that. I'm just all over the place tonight. Yeah, I know that one will come out. So, you've been okay. Your money is being influenced by, how can I say this? I'm going to say your lack of confidence in yourself. I think, or either in yourself or your ability, kind of like what I was talking about at the beginning of this reading. Oh, good, Linda. Thank you. Where, it's like you're afraid to make a choice about something. This could be a job. It could be a different company, a different position, a different project. But the Emperor in reverse is somebody who's either lacking confidence in themselves or they're just feeling out of control. And if you're feeling that way, I don't know which came first. If you're feeling that way because money's not good, or money's not good because you're feeling this way, and rewind to what I was talking about regarding law of attraction. But I think you may have been in a very toxic, I'm presuming this is work situation. That, or if you've got some kind of addiction, that's what's caused blocking your money. Oh, you have a salon in Canada. Okay, that's helpful. But I can see you're disappointed. There's something here this is toxic energy here. And toxic energy can be anything from, yes, an addiction to negative thinking, anything that's holding you back. But this is clearly, it's I'm getting a little backstory here because sometimes tarot does that. Sometimes Lily, tarot gives me the backstory. So you let me know if this has already happened or this is where you are, or if we'll have to kind of fit it on the timeline, right? So in the reverse, this card in the upright is somebody who's, if you can see, this is the divine coming in, making them an offer, offering them this cup, but they have apathy and just sort of a meh attitude toward that because they're so focused on these cups here. They're not really, interested in that cup. In the reverse, it could be somebody saying, boy, maybe I should take another look at that cup. So maybe you're thinking of taking another look at something that is toxic. And maybe that, like, for example, maybe you thought about bringing in a partner, but you weren't feeling real good that that was the right person, for example. And maybe money's tight and you're revisiting that. Or maybe you're thinking about changing to a location or something. If that's the case, that's a strong no. Hey, Nancy. Good to see you tonight, sweetie. Excuse me. Whoa. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I think that... So Lily... Now we're getting into the underneath layer more about the story here. Because what I was talking about earlier in the beginning of, go back and rewind the collective reading so you can hear what I was saying about that, because this 10 of Cups came out. So just in general, that was a collective reading that may apply to you, even though it was in a love reading. But this is, I know this is about money, but here's what you may or may not know, that money is affected by our general energy. So if you have a broken heart about someone and you've shut down your heart because of someone, so you're not giving, you're not in touch with your feelings, or you're not emotionally available because you're so focused on something or someone from the past, it's going to block your money. It's not just blocking love, potential love, it's going to also block your money. So that's something here that Spirit, I think, wants to talk to you about. Now, because I ask about love and then ask about money, because it's saying what you don't... Wait, let me look at this first. Thank you, Mish. Yeah, okay. Well, I have two questions because I feel like what I said is true, that the energy of what you're holding, you're holding your heart. I mean, this can be you or the person from your past, but either way, the message is the same. This could be you saying, my heart is closed because of things, somebody from the past, or this is somebody from your past, because this card talks about somebody from the past that you had hoped would be this, that you loved and you thought would be your forever person. But again, it's closing you down, and that way energy can't flow like it needs to flow. This is what needs to happen. And if you open up and start filling your cup here and start thinking happy thoughts and thinking, you got to get that flow going again. It's not just about love. Love affects everything. The flow, it's about flow. It's not about money or person so much as it's about flow that addresses everything. Because I feel like you're kind of stuck. I'm seeing now this could be specifically about your business. This could be a person that was in your business from the past. Didn't have to be romance, but it kind of felt like it was to me. And you I think are still have some limerence about this failure, whatever that looked like in the mix of all this. Again, that could be if this was a business partner and that didn't work out. Now there's a third element here that's telling me, are you sure this is what you want to be doing? I mean, I have to say, because again, if you're not loving what you're doing, that can cut off your money flow. And so, this does talk about something new coming in that you will love. But this card talks about a failure or somebody who needs too much attention or something that is requiring too much attention. And so I have to say, there's an element here. You may own the salon, but maybe there's something else you'd rather be doing, or rather maybe, and I've heard this from a lot of people who, for example, you love baking bread and you open a bakery, but because the business side of it takes so much of your time and energy and managing people, you don't get to bake and do what you really love anymore. There could be a little of that going on here for you. And so, I feel like you're questioning. I just feel that there's a piece of the message here that's about you questioning, do you still love it anymore? Is it what you want to do, or do you want to do something different or make a change to do something different? Because this could again speak about a past energy. One second, let me move that. That you thought it was a new beginning and it didn't work out. So I'm waiting for you to sound off here in the comments. I keep looking over here, and unless I've missed it, I don't see one from you to acknowledge that. Lily, I can't get my fingers to cooperate there. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Lily. Hey, Deborah, I'd actually like to comment on that. Somebody commented they heard tarot can attract demons. That's a really interesting question. Comment. I get so I'm going to stop Lily's reading for just a second, Lily. I'll come back to you. That's not the same comment as saying tarot is evil. We get that a lot in here. All tarot readers do. And of course, it's not true. So, but that's a very different comment, attracting demons. It can attract negative energy because I'm showing my light here. I'm doing something that is a divination tool. I am doing something that is divine, meaning using my intuition to help people. Naturally, dark doesn't want that to happen. So sometimes it's not so much tarot, it's just a tool. Ouija boards do the same thing. It opens a portal. And depending on if you have protection or what your team is like and the strength of the individual reader, it can attract negative energy. Yes, I do a protection ritual before I come on here every night. So I just wanted to address that. That's a different comment than tarot is evil, because that's not true. You can make this glass of water evil if you believe that. Okay. Okay, good, Lily. I'm so glad to hear that. So then this comes back to, thank you for verifying that, because this felt like, I mean, I'm trying to do your money, but it keeps coming. It's like it keeps coming back to this person from the past. Yeah. So thank you for verifying that. Because I don't have any bad cards here that talks about your money being bad. but I have a lot of things that talk about emotions here. I've got cups and cups. I've got mostly out of 6 cards, 4 of them are cups, meaning emotions. Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't hurt your ears. Meaning emotions. But I have to say, I think this message would be more of a cautionary tale. If your money is good now, sorry, it's one of my students texting me. It's just kind of cautioning you not to get stuck, not to let that, and I'm going to say negative energy. I'm not calling your person negative, but you being stuck in a state of limerence can be negative. This is anything that keeps us stuck in a negative way. It's not allowing you to move forward. Where is it? Where's the ace? I had it. Oh, come on. Oh, there it is. To this. And so it's something Spirit wants you to be aware of. And I'm not saying rush out. Spirit's saying rush out and get in a new relationship. That's not what this is saying. It's just letting you know that you're stuck, and that's okay. I've been stuck. I know what that feels like. You can't help what your heart wants, right? The heart wants what the heart wants. And Mish, thank you. I did see, I don't know why you did that, but I did see that you sent some money, more money, and I know you don't have it to send, and you need to, I don't want to tell people to stop, but because it's a beautiful thing to give. And speaking of flow, that's one of the best ways to create flow is to give in all the ways that can happen. So how about, Lily, we ask what your person's feeling, how your person's feeling about you. Would that be helpful? Because it says that I got a yes answer to the first one. Let's ask how your person feels about you. What they're thinking and feeling about Lily. Well, that's so true, Mish. It is better to give than to receive. There's a saying, give away what you want, right? So how does Lily's person feel? Because I get the sense that you're not talking right now. Didn't we have that? You haven't been. Did we have 4 swords? Okay, maybe we go back to this deck. Okay. How does Lily's person feel? Show me, please, about Lily. Show me the underneath. Because they may be acting one way doesn't mean that's how they feel. Ooh. Oh, what? Yeah. Well, the big secret is that he still cares about you, that there's still love here. Now, I'm not trying to get your hopes up, but we ask, and goodness gracious, the King of Cups in the upright, the Empress in the upright. I mean, he could be saying he sees you as an Empress. Now, that's significant because you have to go through becoming all 4 of the queens before, in other words, all 4 of the queens. You have to experience the journey of all 4 queens to get to Empress status. So that's somebody who doesn't need anyone. She's confident, she's beautiful, she's nurturing, she's creative. This talks about expansion, knowing your worth and value. I do love that. Now, what's interesting is this is accompanied with the High Priestess in reverse. So, High Priestess tells No one. She has all the knowledge, but she doesn't tell anyone. She keeps it to herself. She doesn't speak. In the reverse, this is saying, oh, but some things are starting to leak out now. Some things are starting maybe to, oops, slipping around on my footstool there. So I get the feeling, let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. Well, okay, so I can tell you this. He feels bad because he acted in a selfish way. I don't know what happened, but I think at the very least he would like to come and like tell you the truth, have an honest an honest, if I can speak, conversation about where there was a lack of balance in this relationship. And I think he's concerned whether or not you would still have a wall up, if you would be willing to hear him out. Because clearly, I get the feeling, I mean, I don't know the details here. I'm not asking that question, but this speaks of somebody who caused a breakup in a long-term relationship, very possibly because they were acting very selfishly and caused this heartache. And now they're losing sleep over it. Yeah, and stuck. So that's interesting, isn't it? But how he feels, yeah, he still has feelings. I don't think he would tell you that. I still, even though this is reversed, this is how he sees you. That's beautiful. And sad at the same time, isn't it? Maybe he just feels like he just can't, people do things that they can't come back from, or they believe they can't come back from. And that's a bit of the vibe I'm getting here. I don't know, again, I don't know who did what, but it's, unless this was you, but I don't think so. I think that this is your person saying, I did this thing back here. I did this thing back here, and it was very selfish of me. And now I'm got anxiety and stress about it because I wasn't willing to see things that I needed to see and get a new perspective about things. So Lily, where, let me see where you are here. And we got a lot of trolls in here tonight. Hey, Anna. Well, I guess you know why I didn't answer your text, because I'm here. Good evening, love. Oh, me. Okay. Let me see where your last comment was. Yeah, thank you, Mish. God, you're ahead of me. I love that about you. You're ahead of me. You knew what I was doing, was trying to find her comment. I might like to slip a hint, and I might get in trouble for this, but I might like to slip a hint that there's a certain moderator that I'd love to do a collaboration with, that hinted that she might also like to do a collaboration this summer. And I'm so excited about that possibility. I'm just going to put that out there. There's a certain moderator here. Lily, are you here? I just wanted to let you know that, I mean, that's what I got for you tonight. That was kind of the end of your reading, but I wanted to be sure you heard all of that and was hoping that you would kind of confirm that and who's who there. But okay, we don't sometimes get to have that as readers. Closure. Okay. Michelle, what is your question tonight? I'm glad we're doing yours early. You know, what I don't mean this in a negative way. Your readings, you know, I pulled a lot of energy for your readings, so I'd rather do that kind of early in the evening, frankly, when I just am always amazed. Oh, there she is. I got it. I see it now. Okay. So she just says, yeah. So I don't know. Does it resonate? Does it sound like your story, Lily? Is it hitting home, hitting some places there? I mean, I don't know. King of Cups, that's pretty strong. But again, I don't know who did what, so that's not my business. And I don't judge, even if I did know. Okay, Michelle, post your question, honey bunny. Lydia, I hope that helps. Thank you again for being here tonight. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate you very, very much. I appreciate your attitude about, paying it forward and creating that flow. Thank you very much for creating that flow in my direction tonight. I appreciate you. Okay, yeah, you've been in the tower for a bit, a crossroads. Well, I'm bossed. Oh, you did. I bossed up and did the hard thing. Oh, which was, let me just so you can show what's the biggest potential outcome from reaching out to him. Oh, I got goosebumps. I'm so glad you did that. Oh my God. I gotta calm myself down a minute. That's for those of you who may be here and have no clue what we're talking about. She has a special person, and we've been doing readings on this special person for a minute or months, and there's been this dynamic in this whole story. And so, wow, okay. Or how did he respond to channeling yourself? I think it's Queen of Swords. Okay. You couldn't make it. You couldn't pull yourself up to that Queen of Cups, hon. You had to still be the Queen of Swords. Is that what you're telling me? Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, let's see. So are you telling me he didn't answer yet? Wait a minute. Did I miss it? Let me come back up here. Okay, I see. I got you. Putting me on the spot. That's okay. That's cool. What deck for Michelle? Because this doesn't, I'm not sure this is it. Is this the right? She does love the Light Seer. That's a weird choice, but okay. All right. I've been going with the flow. All right. But you want, like, yeah, you know the answer. You're just testing. I got you. I got it. And why is that hair sticking out there? It's driving me crazy. Okay. Well, let's dive in. All right. So what was Michelle's SP's reaction to her reaching out? Ooh, it's going to be good. It's gonna be good. Oh, you don't know. I thought you did know, and you just wanted me to do. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't. What is Michelle's SP's reaction to her reaching out? Well, you hadn't heard back from him yet. I also know she likes to see the cards. Huh. Well, you have a story, but I want to see how spirit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me see what else. Because, you know, I get this scene where he gets the message and he has this kind of stunned look on his face, and he starts to think, and he starts thinking, then he goes and he's like, huh, and he sits down on his phone and he's like scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through something to kind of catch up with you and what's, you know, that kind of a scene is what I'm seeing in my head. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? You're going to love it. Now, you know it came out sideways because Michelle knows tarot cards. That's why I'm playing with her. Knight of Wands, sideways. Oh, are you tempting him to put his player ways down? Are you? I knew you'd love that. But it also does mean, you know, like scattered energy here and there, in and out. You know, this, I think, is more of a mental energy, even though, you know, it does speak of action and communication. But let's see what else comes out. I can see you rolling your eyes through the screen. Ah, yes. Well, needing to forgive himself, maybe. Needing to accept. I just get a feeling that he felt bad, like he maybe this was a bit of a wake-up call for him to look at his behavior, and he felt bad about it. And now he's saying, but I guess now, what is my alternative now? Do I have to, I got to find peace with that within myself, or I got to find peace with this behavior. But at some point, you know, the upright card comes before if any card comes in a reversal, the upright happens first. So this is just telling us where we are in the timeline. The disappointment has already happened. The regret has already happened. Lily, did I miss a question? You're saying, how could I do it? How could you do what, hon? I must have missed your question. Or maybe that wasn't for me. Maybe that was somebody in the chat. Oh, Lord. Michelle, are you aware that we have 3 pages here? It made him happy. It made him happy, and it made him curious, and it made him think about maybe how he's treated you in the past. Yeah. And that maybe he didn't treat you in the very best way, or his actions were not fair in whatever way. This also talks about a lack of accountability, guilt. Goodness me. Well, he's got feelings. But look, I've got 3 pages here. Now 2, you know, 1 is reversed, 1 sideways. There is this one in the upright, which is for me, is the card of an apology. So you may hear from him, and he feels like he owes you an apology because there was either an injustice. I'm also getting another message. He may, like, you may have a conversation with him, and he may say, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize that your divorce was final. I didn't realize that that had happened already. I didn't, I feel like that's part of this message here. Lily, yes, that's a good question, and I will come back to that. But Mish knows me well enough. She knows that I'm in a certain energy flow, so I don't want to stop right now, but I'll come back to that for you. How does he feel, Michelle? Like this was a missed opportunity? Wow. Wow. Lack of bad planning and foresight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Give me one more here. Well, one more. Give me one more for how he feels. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. That's mixed energy right there. Hold on. Let me decipher this. I think this is a continuation of what he's feeling up here. This was the lost opportunity. I didn't listen to my intuition. I could have started something new with Michelle, but I was too busy over here not being willing to change, I was too much in my pride and ego, and I wasn't willing to change, and I was acting out of impulsiveness. And now I kind of have to wear that burden. Now, that is the 10 of Wands. So we know what happens next after the 10 of Wands. If this person chooses to put that down, it resets to an Ace of Wands. Let me see what's down here now. Oh, heavens. Forgive me. I was laughing because the Queen of Swords is here. Do you know what? I'm just going to say what I'm... Wait 1 second. Okay. This person... Now, this is just a snapshot. Don't take this as permanent. But this person, I think, feels they can't measure up. at least where they are now. It's like, I don't feel this is permanent. I feel like this is a snapshot about where they are right now. Because I don't think you're the only thing that these burdens are for this person. There's other things. This person knows that they're not ready to commit. And this person is wants to do things against the grain where it comes to relationship, or has historically done that. In other words, it's a bit of a rebel energy. It's unconventional. And therefore, it causes a lack of emotional availability, or a blocking of emotions, a blocking of creativity, an emptiness, repressed emotions. Therefore, it can cause moodiness, disappointment. Somebody's sitting on their laurels, sitting on their hands, and sitting on their emotions. Oh, and by the way, this guy, when he's in reverse, can mean somebody who drinks too much. For me. So, this person thinks you're a bit of a mystery, number one. And honestly, he's afraid of you. Look at this. There is something about you that he's afraid of. I don't think I've ever said that to anybody in a reading. But that's what I'm getting. This is fear. Yeah. Is it fear of, maybe he's afraid of his own feelings for you? That certainly could be here. But the moon, illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety. But it can also be saying he's afraid that he'll encounter the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's what I think. Because you used to be in that energy. And maybe that's what he's remembering. Maybe he just has a snapshot of you somewhere back there when you were, in your dark night of the soul with your ex, and maybe that's what he's thinking, or remembering that coldness. And I'm going to look at the chat in a minute, but not yet. I'm sure you're commenting over there. But here's the thing. I think this person, again, it keeps giving me this underlying energy of him resisting. And I don't have do I have the death card in? Oh, I do have the death card in reverse. I do. Because I started to say somebody who's not willing to change. Now, that's not the typical meaning of this card for me. And it's interesting when Spirit, has me pick a particular deck for a specific person. And I just happened to look down, and this deck, it's saying resistance to change, unfinished business, emotional baggage, because there's burnout here. This person, I think, is emotionally burned out. I mean, and because look what follows it. This is a clear statement here. I'm worn out. I don't want any, why am I worn out? Because of conflict and stress and competition, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm at the bottom here. I'm at, can't get any worse. And so I know, so this is, I don't think, again, I feel like this is some of these other wands that's going on for him. But your message is like it triggered him. It triggered something in him. And I think he's reaching bottom with something. Maybe I feel like just energetically, this feels like somebody who's kind of reaching the point, a pivot point where I have got to get a new perspective. I got to take a time out. I got to step back. I got to look at things differently, because the way I've been operating has not been functioning, has not been working. Yeah, it's not been working. I'm not finding stability in the world where, I'm not This is a card of bad, money, a lack of wealth, reversal of success, lack of resources. And I think they know they've got to put an end to this. This whatever, all the things. Again, this is not just you. Yeah. So I'm confused. Your person is, every time it seems like we read for him, there's this whole side story. I just feel like this whole other, his life, or people he hangs out with from work or outside of work or what, but there's this whole other energy field that's attached to him that feels very different than I think who he is potentially. And I'm sure that's what you were attracted to. And so it's so weird that every time I get in his energy, I start picking up on this whole other, whatever the heck is all this is. Because I don't feel like this is just you. Now I'm going to look at your comments. See if you. Ah, that would explain it. Yes. Because Michelle's like a quadruple Scorpio. Yeah, because you see through him and he knows it. Oh, and he's afraid of you. That's exactly what that is. That would, yeah. High priestess here. Yeah. And you feel that too. And I see both sides of him, and he's been pulled further into his struggles. Yeah, that's what this feels like. And so it's almost like I'm surprised I don't have something like the, or did I have? No, Two of Swords or one of those cards. This has a bit of flavor of, gee, excuse me, I wonder what's going on with her. I wonder what she's doing. Maybe I'll just check her Facebook page out, but I'm not really talking yet. And oh my goodness, I kind of need to slow down. I just feel this real, almost anxious energy. Like, I really need to stop. I need to take a time out here. I need to. And your message kind of did that. It's like it made him think. It made him, I've been moving too fast here. I've been moving and grooving, and I don't really just think this is relationships. I think this is work and other activities. This has the hallmark to me of someone who is afraid to be still because they'll have to feel something. They're running from their own feelings. They're running from their own feelings and negative behaviors, maybe impulsiveness. This is the King of Wands in reverse. Unachievable expectations. Did I not say that? That's one of the things he's afraid about with this. Yeah, very interesting. Because when he thinks about the possibilities and beginning with you, then here comes all of this. Here comes this. Yeah. Here, then he goes into this unachievable expectations, impulsiveness, King of Wands. I'm going to say it over here in my ego and pride, and I'm not willing to change. I'm afraid of change is what I'm actually feeling. So I'm just going to sit over here and count my burdens. That's what it feels like. This is sad. This is very sad. Because I feel the other side of this person. I feel his potential. I feel he's got so much love, this person. Oh my God. I'm not that I think I've ever tapped into that feeling with him before. Oh, wow. He's just afraid. He knows if he ever gives in to that with anybody, not just you, that's what he's afraid of. He's afraid it will be his undoing if he lets himself feel like that. And again, I think he's afraid of you. I'm laughing, but it's not funny, I know. All right, hang on, let me see what you said here. Well, so this is what happened. I texted him and asked if he was single, and he is not single. Ah, well, that could also be this Hierophant. I almost said that too. I know that I don't get credit for it because I didn't say it, but I almost said that. So this being unavailable, emotionally unavailable, yeah, that would speak to that. But it's interesting because I got no other queens here. All I got is pages and him. That's interesting. All right, let me finish reading. Oh, so he has been in a relationship. Okay. He is blocked, and I don't know unless I ask, of course. Yes, he's afraid to feel. We got that before. Yeah, I remember that. That is consistent with him. I believe he is an alcoholic. Okay. That would, yeah. Where is he? That, I know it was here, wherever it was, that Knight of Cups. What's interesting is his girlfriend. Oh, give us a tea here. Has not come up all this time. So he said he was not single and asked how I was. I said I was good, happy, busy, blah blah blah. So much love. Well, that's the first time I remember ever feeling that with him. That's very interesting. Yes, he's committed, but not emotionally committed. Feel just having fun. So I sent him a text, given you're not single, it's not appropriate for me to text you. He said it's not appropriate for you to reach out. I did not respond as I disagree. His girl would disagree. What? What? I have no words for that. We're living in the 21st century here. It's not appropriate for you to reach out. Well, how the hell do I know if you're single if I don't? I have no words. I just, you dodged a bullet, is what I'm going to say about that. It's not appropriate. What? This is somebody who's pushing you away and all because he's afraid of you. I'm just going to say that. But it is so very interesting. There is no other person here. Now, sure, you could read these. That's not the energy I'm getting from these. That's not how my tarot team gives me cards when there's another person. They give me different cards. I just don't. I don't. Yeah. Ah. Now, this could that factoid almost makes me think he has an arrangement and he's telling people maybe he is in a relationship. Let me just say it this way. But that doesn't mean he's emotionally invested. I don't feel that. I'm going to close my mouth because this was about you. This was not about her. I just think that's all right. Really curious. He didn't even ask why I asked him if he was single. You're saying it's not appropriate for you to reach out to me while I'm not. Well, how else are you going to know? That's. I have other words, but I can't say them on YouTube. It's so weird. You're right. It's so weird. I think this girl is low frequency, very low. Guys just aren't real men anymore. Sorry, guys, but that's mostly true. Well, I know there are good ones out there. They're so rare. He's not oblivious. He's just never felt that. I know. I've seen photos and it's a head scratcher. He doesn't have to. That's probably what that is. Because I got the vibe. That's why I said I'm going to have to stop because I don't feel he's emotionally involved. and he's calling it a relationship, but I just can't believe that if that's the case that somebody didn't show up here. Which is not okay by me. And well, there you go. And of course you're not. Of course you're not. You're not going to chase. No. I'm gobsmacked at that comment. Did you have the chance to say, well, I didn't know that. That's why I asked the question. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's a very immature response. Extremely immature response. Do you want to dig just a little bit? Should we dig just a? You just ask one question. We can just ask one little question. Could we just? I'm going to ask a question privately. But I don't think that's the deck. What? Let me see here. I'm asking questions internally here. Well, yeah, and you know that's kind of our job, right? As Scorpios, Michelle, that's kind of what we do. Well, see, that's what I was getting ready to say, and arranged, or did I say that? I think I did. That's the sort of the feel I'm getting from that too. Hey, Laurel, good evening. Like, I don't know, yeah. But I'm asking a question here, so hang in here with me. I'm not going to speak yet. Because that does not tell the story here yet. Welcome in, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not speaking to y'all. I tend to get focused on the energy here, but thank you for being here. I'm going to get one more card before I speak on this, but that's... There she is. There it is. There it is. You're going to think this is weird for me to say this. I think he's had money troubles, and this arrangement is about, it's a strategy, or he could have had a strategy that went wrong, and now he's having to watch his money. Got I'm holding on to my money because things are not stable. My money's bad, whatever. And then here she is. So I found somebody I'm kind of attracted to. Let me go over here and play. But this could be about money. I hate to say that, but that's probably, there's no cups here. The question I asked was, what is the, how did I ask it? What is the core energy between your SP and his person he's in a relationship with? The core energy is this can also mean somebody trying to make amends for something. Okay, well, we'll give him that slack, but it can also talk about a failed strategy having to do with money and holding on tight and being miserly because I don't have any money and I don't have any stability over here, but she does. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, we, to his credit, I think he might be trying to not be a player. You know, that card came out sideways. It wasn't upright or reversed. He may be trying, but he's still confused. He may be trying to put down the options and all that. Yeah, he's trying. Remember what I said? I don't see cups here. The one cup that comes out is at the underlying energy of the deck. There's no love here. But he's making all kind of plans about some ships coming in. And that's the truth. There's no expansion. I don't know. No, I'm going to say nurturing or nor creativity. So this, it's almost like an arranged marriage. What the energy I would feel, because I've done readings for people here, and that's kind of what it feels like. It's like all business and passion. There is passion. I won't lie. There is passion. But no cups, no love, no emotions is what this is. So I don't know. I could, well, I don't know. I don't want to read that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't know that this is the case, but I have to say that part of this could be maybe, oh, I don't know, that's so low vibrational. I really don't want to say it. Let's just say maybe this is him not having to pay for a certain benefit. Can I put it like that? I think you read between the lines. Now let me see. What did you say here? Oh, I apologize if I keep hitting my mic. That wouldn't surprise me. In fact, when you first told me that weird comment that he made, it was almost, to me, it felt more like he was drunk when he wrote that. That was the first thing that came through my mind. Well, I mean, I'm not saying she's in the upright now. I have to give her credit. She is in the upright. So she may be an unwitting, unknowing about what his motivations are. Maybe she genuinely likes him. I'd worry, I would say some not so nice things if she was reversed, but she isn't. So I'm going to ask the question, what does the future look like? Will they be together in 6 months? How about let's ask a yes or no. Will they be together in 6 months? Thank you guys, all of you that are here. I appreciate y'all being here with me on a Sunday evening. Well, that's interesting. Golly. Oh, owie, owie. Owie. Okay, I'm going to have to say, now, here's the thing. This came out first when a card, and I ask a yes or no question, and the card comes out in the upright, that typically means yes. Now, the underlying energy is what's at the bottom of the deck. Because what I have here is somebody's making a choice in love, but this is a breakup. And look at this. Because, again, she knows tarot cards, so that's why I want to. Somebody here may start to actually listen to their heart. So I've got a King of Cups in the upright, a Queen of Cups in the reverse, a Three of Swords, a Ten of Swords, a painful betrayal, lots of regret, lots of defensiveness. So maybe tarot was being technical, saying, well, they're not together. I mean, they're together in 6 months, but 6 months in a day, they're not. I mean, this looks like it's like maybe he falls for her, and then it becomes unrequited love from her. And that causes a broken heart. And he feels betrayed. Somebody here feels betrayed and has this remorse and regret. So that's very interesting. You thought so too. You thought that, we're on the same wavelength. She's fine, and I think just doesn't require yeah, well, and that's not who we are. That is not who we are. So even though this is in the upright, I'm going to say, even if they are technically, it's not a happy place over there in 6 months. But it's not a long term. They may be soulmates with that Two of Cups, but that doesn't mean you're happy. I'm going to ask another question since nobody else is waiting for a reading that I know of, are they? Yeah, I was kind of going there. Will he reach out or just walk away? That's kind of where I was going, like asking kind of if there was any future toward you. I think, I have to say, from the first time, and now I don't pretend to remember all my readings. I really don't. I don't. But I've done yours enough that I kind of have a flavor of this for some time now. And it feels to me like this person's energy has gotten worse over time, not better. Like it's like this downward spiral. It's what it feels like. And maybe the alcoholism is the big part of that. You agree too? So, will he reach out? And if so, what does that look like? Well, it says he might. That is not the card. I would have guessed 70 other cards before I guessed this one. That would be a yes. But if he does, he's going to tell you how happy he is. And guess, now you saw me shuffle the cards, did you not? Because there's really nothing much. This is no forward movement. This is also can mean divided, like a lack of determination and divided loyalties for me as a reader. Three of Cups in reverse. This can be other interferences. And guess where we are back again? The same cards came back. So he may tell you he's happy, He may communicate and say, "Oh yeah, I'm happy over here. The dog, the cat, the kids, picket fence, everything's happy. I'm not going anywhere. I'm kind of settling down, but no." Now this can sometimes not that often in this deck, but this is another card of overindulgence. So it's back to the alcohol thing. But this look at this combination. This combination is King of Cups in the upright, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, and the remorse card. So this is not going to end well. But we ask about you. So yeah, he might reach out and talk to you, but I don't think that he's going to tell you the truth. I don't think he's going to tell you the real truth. There's that hyphen in verse again. Yep, it's unstable. It's unstable, and he's not sleeping good. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and there's that Queen of Wands, King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I don't think it's going to end well for him. I'm sorry. Not wish that on anybody, but well, I don't. Yeah, I didn't ask. I don't do timelines. It was an open-ended question. Generally, when I ask a question like that, I mean more imminently reach out to you. He might, like, if he was drinking when he responded to that other message, he might he might wake up one day and say, "Oh, God, I really was kind of rude with her. Maybe I should just call her and be nicer and tell her I appreciate her reaching, change of tone and tell you how happy he is." Well, it's not true. I'm just saying, it's not, if he does that. So I'll allow for that possibility, Mish, that it could be when it ends. I'll allow for that. But that same story coming out, I think it might happen sooner. That energy is already real close to the surface. This maybe he doesn't know it because he's in the upright and she's not. So maybe he thinks things are fine, and maybe this person he's with does not agree. Maybe she's getting fed up of the drinking too. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. All right, let me put this deck back on and ask one more question, but I'm going to use the other deck. What is the potential future between Michelle and this SP? I don't think we're going to get a whole lot different answer. That pretty much says it all. He's going to regret. Oh, yeah, he's going to regret this because he's over here overindulging. That is the bottom line here. Whether this is people and or overdrinking. And this card in this deck is probably why Spirit said, no, use that deck, is my truly overindulgent. I mean, these people are just drunk as Cooter Brown and howling at the moon, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't, I procrastinated. Here again, I'm not having personal happiness. I'm not doing well over here. Maybe I'm codependent. My money might not be good. You will miss opportunity. I might have got a little karma over that because I know I didn't treat you right, and this is who you are. But coming back to this, I couldn't keep that, couldn't deal with that, you know, what we talked about originally, the conflict, the work that it would take, I think is what that's coming down to. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. There you have it. There you have it. It comes out all the time. It does. Yes, it does. Yeah. It's interesting. I never even noticed that. And every time I look at this, yeah. So the Five of Cups can be regret about a lot of things, but look at, have you ever noticed this? You don't have this deck though, do you? I don't know if you can see. See right here what he's holding in his hand? It's like a chain with a heart on it. And looking very forlorn, is the word? At those spilled cups. Yep. She gave me back my heart. She gave me that heart and I threw it away, whatever. Anyway, yeah, he's going to regret it. There will be regret, and that feels like all him. And he's going to know why, because he overindulged. He's going to know why. I see that why. What I don't like is he does nothing about it. Well, listen, I have one of those too. Exactly, like he takes no action, and he's a man that's an Aries. Well, you know what that is, because they're cowards on the inside, and I'm not talking about your person. I'm making a general statement. They remember those cards. I don't want the conflict. I don't like conflict. This is a childhood wound. I'm telling you, it goes back to his childhood. They don't like that. You know that they avoid it at all cost. Conflict, and it's just they don't know how to handle their emotions. They don't know, and they're spiritually immature, emotionally and spiritually immature, because he doesn't know how to handle his emotions. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Michelle. I just feel this again, to reiterate, energy of him downward spiraling, just out of control, kind of. And I don't wish that on anybody, of course. I know, look at us Scorpios digging in. I'm okay too. I am too. I'm excited about my new situation, my new house and environment. Well, if I had 5 minutes, I could fix his life. After a good shaking, you could. Don't you feel like you just want to shake him and wake up? Look what you're doing. I do know what you mean. I absolutely do know what you mean. Oh, God bless them. I have a loved one too who drinks too much, and oh my God, it breaks my heart. So it just, I hurt for him, because I know, how smart and how, it's just, he's got it all going on except that, and how it could ruin his life. Well, you're very welcome. With that pointy finger, I know. really scare the man would pass out. He probably would. He absolutely probably would pass out. Oh my gosh. He'd have a darn heart attack right there. You wouldn't need to strap him to the chair and pull his fingernails and toenails out. He'd just pass out and die right there. Scare him to death. Oh. God, Michelle, I'm so sorry. It's just so not fair on the one hand, you to be such a good person and have invested your feelings and that's where it went. But on the other hand, I also believe that it means something better is waiting for you because you did not need another one of those. Did you? No. Now, I think, Lily, did you have, I think you had a question earlier and that's way up there in the chat. So if you would post that again, if you're still here, I'll do my best to answer that. And if anybody has a question that's general in nature about anything metaphysical, mystical, spiritual that I can help with, I'm happy to do that. My best friend is texting me. She doesn't know I'm on here tonight. Lordy, Lordy. Yeah, I feel for us Scorpios. And no, my bad. I got 0 readings done this week to post for my members or my Scorpios because I was dealing with water leaks and plumbers and contractors and flooring people and people who say I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock and then at 3 o'clock they tell you, oh, I can't make it today. And oh, the other person same day said, oh, my flight's been canceled, I'll have to come tomorrow. Or, you know, it's just like you spend your life waiting on people when you're doing one of these projects. And then the good people that show up, bad things. The one room in my townhouse, the one room that needed nothing, did not need renovating. I was planning to put new carpet in it, but didn't really have to have it, was the room that got the water fell through the roof. And now has to have that repaired and a hot mess. So yeah, I did a 5-minute pity party this week. And got myself through it. And then I realized that because I haven't moved in, obviously, that was Spirit saving me, because had that happened after I moved in, that would have been a real bad hot mess. And so I just had to say thank you, and thank you, God, for saving me on that one. I know it looks ugly now, but it can be fixed. And because what happened was I'm not buying new countertops. I'm having my handyman, but they're all very, very low. You know, and I'm fairly tall. So I said, I just want you to, we're going to buy new countertops. So take those off, new faucets, take those off, and build the vanity up, because it's a weird space and it would be a custom vanity and be very expensive to buy a new one. So I'm just going to reuse that one and build it up, and then we'll paint it, put a new top back on it, etc. So that was the plan. He got everything off, and we cut the main water valve off. He asked me to do it, so I know it was off, and I did, and I turned it, and it was all the way off. And I came in there the next day, and there was water pouring through the ceiling below it. And so then I had to wait 2 days for the plumber to show up, and he really didn't have a great explanation, except that, well, maybe that because if it was the hot water line, there was still water in the hot water heater and it was coming out from there. I mean, it was a hot mess. Anyway, that's what's going on, Michelle, just between me and you and whatever. So that happens. It happens. The joys of renovation is just what happens. But it's fixable. It's fixable. I was just really hoping to use that room sooner rather than later. So whatever. I know everything's working out for my good. Everything's working out in my favor. That's just been my mantra this lately. But because you asked, that's what's been going on. Anyway, it's what it is. Okay. All right. Nobody else wants a paid reading. I will skedaddle on out of here unless you have a spiritual or mystical kind of question. Going once, going twice. I love my little plant here. Just realized I need to water. Isn't that sweet? It's called a money plant. And it has babies already. I need to give those babies to somebody else. They're so sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was an but whatever. It'll get done all in good time. It's just, I'm impatient. I'm ready to get on with it and get on with my new life. How is Lily? Lily, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think who you're asking about because I don't really know a Lily. And I have to get some new glasses. And that was another thing. I went back for my final checkup after my eye surgery. And he said in 2 weeks you can get new glasses. So I can't wait. Can't wait. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that Lily. I'm sorry. Lily here in the chat. I thought she meant somebody in my life. I guess she's gone because I haven't seen any further comment from her. So I'm just looking back. She hasn't commented in quite a while. So I guess she's clicked off already. Okay, guys. Well, thank you. Happy Sunday to everybody. I appreciate you being here. And I will not be here next weekend because I'll be out of town, as I said, in a workshop. With a little luck, I'll try to come on this week, but I can't make any promises. Oh, the lily plant. Oh, it's very healthy. It's a money plant. Money. And presumably, I don't know, I'm guessing, because the leaves look like coins. I don't know. I'm making that up. I don't know. But the Chinese believe that it's good feng shui to have one of these in the money portion of your desk. So it lives right here on my tarot table. Anyway, okay. But I'll do my best to come this week. I can't make any promises. It's, with everything that's going on, but I will have a normal life again very soon, I hope. I miss my routine. Anyway, okay. Guys, love each and every one of you. Many blessings, and I'll see y'all soon. Have a great week. Don't get in your head too much about that tower for those of you that might find it this week, or it will find you. All right, take care.